Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Dance. Today's class is a dancer cross-training workout focused on strengthening the core and balance. So clear your space, have water nearby. Today I'll be using a yoga mat, a block, and a strap. You're welcome to do this on a rug, and you can use a couch cushion or a pillow instead of the block. We're going to use that for like inner thigh work and some core awareness and to help stabilize. And then the strap could also be a scarf, a hand towel, a bathrobe, tie, yes. So whatever you have, we'll make it work. And I'll be barefoot, but you're welcome to wear athletic shoes, dance shoes. So let's begin. Just feel an easy swing. Walk the feet a little wider than your hips. And just kind of drop in and set down anything that came before this moment. So you feel you're rooted. And then allow for a gentle sway side to side with the arms. A little wrap and tap. Long, slow, clearing sigh. Let's do one more. Ooh. And now this little turn and twist, pick a heel up. So you turn to the right and the left heel lifts, alternating side to side. Sensing the weight shift, rolling through the feet. And the arms, gently wrap. Just feel the music coming in. Now, if this is good for you, feels like you want to keep the hands low, stay with it. If your shoulders are up for it, take one arm up and one arm behind in this, like you're giving yourself a little pat on the back or like brushing off anything. Whew. Yeah, just brush it off, side to side. Now, as we're doing this, my palms are facing the floor. If it feels better to keep the hands more open and thumbs up, or even the palms up, notice as you slice across how that feels. And this movement where we're crossing the central line helps to also give us a chance to balance, yes, to shift from one sort of gazing point in the front, but instead to take your gaze and open it out and see the world around you. Stay with the arms, allow a little more of a turn and a twist, to be gentle with your knees. You're not torquing anything. You're staying very buoyant. And then if you want, you could take the arms up and over now, up and wrap, up. And so you take it all out and then bring it all in. And again, we take our focus out and then wrap it in. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, arms up, legs maybe step out a little wider. Now I'm doing this more underneath me. If you want to give it a little rhythm and a step together, up and out into a lunge, option to do that. Now the arms are also kind of taking a figure eight toward a wrap. Yes. This can go forward and back. So warming up, getting the heart moving some. Taking in the space around you as your gaze maybe follows the arms, moving forward and back with this deep breath. And then bring yourself back to the center. Hello again. Hopefully you feel your heart beating. Your shoulders have had a little bit of a workout, yes, already. Plant your feet a little wider than your hips. And from here, drop in nice and centered. All right, so that was big energy. Now we're gonna gather the energy and like a Tai Chi moment here. Inhale. And then ground. Imagine you're pushing like a beach ball underwater. So you feel when the arms come down, the core pulls up and in. Good. Last two. This is just easy plie. And rest. Roll the shoulders and tap the foot. So ball of the foot. Again, weight shift. And then take the feet a little bit wider still. Now we're going to reach down the left leg and up the right side body. And it could be, hand to the hip, the rib cage, the armpit, or even up to the sky with some jazz hands and feeling. Perhaps even over into a side stretch. Then pull it into the middle and thread down the opposite side. Opposite arm reaches, any amount, jazz hands, big side bend, and then pull yourself back to the center. Good. Down the left, up the right, and over. Now let it just breathe and pull. Down the right, up the left, and over, and pull. All right, this elastic feeling. We're gonna bend both knees, so you're dropping down through the center, but you sit a little more in the opposite hip. And feel the difference between a stretch and an activation. Yeah, so we're yawning, and then we're getting fired up, pulling into your center. Again, side to side, right into your core, and right into the core. Good. Bring your hands, palms up, make a fist, like you're pulling the energy in at your core, right? Ooh, nice and strong. You can even frown. You get a very serious face here. Drop the tailbone straight down. So it's more of a plie than a squat, right? Plie, we're plumb line, straight up and down. Pull in your core. When you make a fist, pull in at your center. And then inhale, like you're sort of punching across, and then exhale, pull in. Opposite arm punches across and pull in. Inhale and exhale. Each time you're bringing the navel in and up. Now you could take it into a little more feeling and dance break as you like, or it's very serious. Whatever gets you through. Inhale. Now let's take it up and in. Palms out and in. Yes, nice and strong at your core. Now, for fun and for balance, we're gonna alternate. Up and down, up and down. Punching with the right and right. Look over your left shoulder there. Good, one more. Back to the middle. Now you're gonna lead with the left and left. Look over your right shoulder. Up and down. Ooh. Excellent. Getting the side body going. Come back to the middle. Turn your toes out. Sit into a second position. I have to say it like that, position. Plie with a little rock swing. Some attitude, yes. Hands on the hips or the thighs. And then feel the swing. So the feet are planted. And we're just enjoying ourselves. Oh, little circle. Right, feet are planted, hips are easy. Do a little circle in between. It's for fun. To remind you that it's fun as we move into some standing core. Okay, now straighten the legs. And again, plie. Like you're pulling the heels together, inner thighs together, belly lifts. Deep plie and lift. Good, last two. And one. Now from here, take the fingertips to your shoulders. If that doesn't happen for you right here, little jazz hands works as well. Yes. Now we're gonna tip up and over. So pick up the rib cage off the pelvis first. You find your low back, nice and lifted. Take your elbow toward your thigh and then back to center. And then let's go to the right. and center. Take it left and center, right? So we're engaging, activate. We're gonna get our waist back. I say we, I mean me, yes. Who's feeling like you have that strength at your center, side to side. Now, if this feels like a thing, stay with it. If you need to take the hands here, it's enough to move the rib cage, like integrating towards the hip. Fingertips could be on the shoulder. Hands could be behind your head. Ooh, you're feeling the legs, I hope. Yes. Now, you could also reach out. So you have a longer lever here, maybe a little more challenging, and then cross in the front, and then reach out and center. Try not to use the momentum in the swing, but instead get a sense of how your core is moving, how the breath is helping you to come in and center. Now, if you want even more fun, you could lift your heels. Oh, now we're in balance. If you need a chair, use a chair here and go side to side. If you need a chair and you're feeling super wobbly, put your heels down. Don't do it. It's not that big a deal. Yes. So we swing and last couple. And scene. Come back to the center. Bring your feet in a little. Straighten the legs. Let the hips go. Maybe even walk it off. Swing the legs or the arms behind you. Bring the legs in. Just kind of march and tap it out. Shake it off. That was wide. We were in that for a while, so take a moment. Awesome. Now come back to the center. Your feet are hips width, maybe slightly wider. Then let's just like lift and drop. Heels and drop. Ha. Just whoo. Let it go. One more. Bend your knees and wiggle. A little dance break, but keep your feet planted. And keep wiggling, and as you're wiggling, right, it's almost like we're running. Dip the arm across, and now you're sort of moving across the body. Get a feel for the rib cage, moving in like a figure 8. And then, sort of sled out to the left and to the right. So you're sliding side to side, lifting the knee, right? You can follow the hand. So you're looking in the direction you're going. Yes. Okay. Now, look in the other direction. Oh my goodness. Oh, looking away. So you're looking at the knee that's lifting or towards that side. Yes. Balance is a lot to do with our focus, yes, our gazing point. Come back to the middle. Shake it out. Okay, last thing standing. Maybe last two things standing. Okay. Plie, a little wider than hips, and parallel to jazzy second, yes. And then inhale the arms up. Now, bend your knees and feel like you could swing the hips. Okay, that's fun. So let's do that again. Swing the hips. Maybe even point through the fingers so it has a jazz feel. Hips. And then start a figure 8 here. If you need to turn the toes out slightly, make sure the knees are tracking in the same line as your toes, your second and third toes, and not going past the toes. All right, turn it out some. Good. Now from here, bend the knees. You're gonna lift and shift the weights. Imagine you're like holding onto like a bar. You could pull up here. So you pull up through your core and through the upper back and shoulders. Now, use the support if you need. Take the left elbow across toward the right knee. They may not touch. You don't wanna like hunch over to make it touch. Just sense that you're crossing the central line of the body. And then come back through center, arms reach up. It's got this, crane sort of energy to it. And then the elbow and the knee cross the center line. Inhale and exhale. Now, play with this, how much you can cross over. So the ribs and the hips are integrating, right? Upper body, lower body. play with this feeling of like almost a crane energy. I don't know what that means in your body, but oh, look how really long legs. You got wings, long neck. Oh, I'm falling over. I was the crane. As you go side to side, take your gaze across. So as you pick up the left knee, you look left. Pick up the right knee, you look right. And the arms can go up and down, up and across. Maybe even look behind you, opening and closing. Yes. Well done. Come back to the center, last one. Woo. And rest. Good. From here, walk your right foot in front of the left. Use a wall, a counter, a chair. This is harder than it looks, okay? So maybe look at me and then come into it and then look at one point, right? So we keep breathing and we look at one point to help us balance. So I'm gonna ask you to step your weight, like you shift your weight to your left leg. In the same way we were picking the knee up, pick up the leg and put the foot in front of the other. So you're on like a tightrope. And then let your crane arms, help. Maybe there's a little plie if you need. Just notice as you steady your gaze. What helps you to gather balance, to gather focus? Draw the navel in. Feel like you got that long spine, long neck, long legs. And then step back to the center, shake it off, little dance break, hips, arms, trail back down. And then we ground, side swipe the energy over your right foot. It has the same essence of pulling the leg and crossing the center. Now plant your left foot right in front of the right. We all have a lucky side. Use the support as you need, or imagine you're pushing that ball underwater. Notice how the weight moves from front foot to back foot. And then bend and straighten a little as you need. What helps you to focus? Maybe hands on the hips and cinch the waist. Yes, feeling this plie and rise. Good, one more deep breath. And then gently step the legs out wide. Turn your toes out. Inhale, second position plie. Last thing here, that was well done. That got very tightrope, yes. So now we go wide, base of support. Hands can be wherever helps you to focus. And now we take a circle here. So lift up and off to your left, hug and hollow, pulling the navel in towards the back of the heart, and then tip over, not all the way, just enough, to your right side. And then right side, hug your navel in. Press your head into your hands, so you're in no way pulling on the skull. This is all happening at your center. Yes, keep breathing. Exhale, naturally pulls the navel in. Imagine you're trying to pull the feet together some here. Excellent, last one. And then take the hands to the thighs. Just let your hips squirm around. You could go more parallel, not pushing on the knees. The hands can be on the thighs, but let yourself squirm this out. And as you're squirming, this sort of figure eight through the hips, make your way to your mat. And still squirming as you bend the knees, use your support. I'm going to use the block to assist. in stepping back to a lunge, right? So if you need the chair, so we hinge, we lift and extend through the spine, step back into your lunge, come to hands and knees. Then shift the block out of the way for a moment and just allow for some stirring here. So the head and the tail can circle. Just gentle, like you're tracing a circle with the crown of the head and the tailbone. Notice this like power in your hands. If it feels stressful, switch the direction. You could always do this on your elbows. And it's maybe a smaller movement, but it's a better movement for your wrists, perhaps. This is all about you. Inhale. Exhale. Relax back in towards child's pose, consider. Just to allow the low back to release. And then gently coming onto your hip. Have your support nearby, and we'll be coming toward, I'm just inching forward, so I'm actually on the mat, yes, side lie. And then coming onto your back, we'll use the block between the inner thighs. So, narrow version of this, and then give a snuggle between the inner thighs. Now lie back, rest your head in your hands. Squeeze the block and kind of lift the tailbone and extend the spine. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze the block like you're hugging the daylight out of the block, and notice what part of your low back is on the floor, what part of your pelvis is on the floor, your hips. And then relax and notice. And then squeeze. Send the tailbone and the head in opposite directions to get super long through your spine. And then rest your head in your hands. As though you could zip the energy up from the top of the pubic bone, right between the inner thighs, inner knees even, inner arches of the feet. There's a zipper all the way from the big toe, inner heel, knees, hips, all the way up through the low belly, all the way up to the chest, to the heart, to the throat, to your chin and your crown. Zip it all up. And then exhale and coil up. Keep your head resting in your hands. Deep breath in and simply pulse. So the gaze is straight up. If it feels better to visualize this and just, keep the head down and engage and imagine you are picking the head up and release. All right, so you don't have to come into a large range of motion to feel this. This is deep core work. It's enough to isometrically, right, just to gather and hold your strength, and then release. Exhale, gather. Rest your head in your hands, squeeze the block. Maybe you come up, swallow, relax the chin slightly towards the chest. Lengthen to lower. So 5 more of these in a way that feels good for your neck and activates your core. So there's no tension in the neck and the shoulders and the jaw. If there is, keep your head on the floor and activate your core only, which is that zipper, really, from the soles of the feet, right? We're standing in the core all the way up to the crown of the head. Your whole torso is your core, and it integrates the limbs and the skull. One more. And then gently release the block out to the side. Take your soles of the feet together in a butterfly shape. If this is too much on your legs, you could always put pillows under the thighs, a block or two under the legs. And sometimes one leg's got a history, yes, and so maybe you just need one edge to be supported. And then exploring the same thing we did standing. That circle of the torso here with the weight of the world falling into your hands. So cradle your mind, take a deep breath. It's enough to lie here and allow the legs to drop. Try to unhinge yourself. And then as you exhale, press your head into your hand and imagine how much of your body you could press into the floor and then relax. Again, press your navel into the floor. Try to pull your navel up between your shoulder blades. Press your head into your hand. Press your elbows into the floor and then relax. If your elbows aren't on the floor, it's all good too, right? So we're trying to see how much of our body we can press into the floor as we exhale, and then feel the rebound as you inhale and the rib cage lifts. Again, exhale, how much of your body can you flush down into the floor? And then relax. Now stay with that if that feels better for your neck and shoulders. Otherwise, keep your head heavy and pulse up. So you're gonna lift up and then start that same circle we did where we were tipping, right, the elbow toward the thigh and then pulling the navel in, zip the navel in and pull it up between your shoulder blades. And then take your right elbow toward the floor or towards your knee there and then come back to center, lie down. When you lie down, you really feel the legs, the hips release, yes? So exhale, again, visualize, just see how much of the back body you can press down or coil up, tip to your right, coil up slightly higher, but keep your gaze straight up, and then tip to your left, pull in, gaze straight up, lower down. Okay, next version, stay with the first one or two, or exhale, adding on, you're gonna coil up, pull the navel in, slide and glide it between your shoulder blades. Then as you curl up, shift to your left, and then look towards your toes. That's change a few things up, yeah? Don't pull on your head, but it could just be your eyes, just your focus changing towards your toes. You may not see them. They're still there, I promise. And then look or lean over towards your right. Feel all the energy you're gathering. Lift up, pulse up, look up, and then lower back down. Oh my goodness. Big breath. And let's try one more. To your right, so we'll coil up, hollow out, scoop and lift. Shift and lift to your right side. And then come up a little higher and look for your toes. Pull the navel in, pull it up between the shoulder blades. Imagine you can pull your navel up behind your head. Oh my gosh, and then come to your left side. And then back through the center, let your head and your gaze lift and lower. Well done. Plant your feet. Slowly. Feel a shift to your right and your left. Take your knees to the left for a moment. Just stay in the twist. If this is good in your body, it feels like you're not straining in any way, you could stack the knees. If it feels like a strain at all, you could put the block between your knees or under the knee. Then exhale and contract your midsection, your rib cage toward your hip, curling up and down. 2, 3, 2 more. Good. Back through the center. Plant your feet, pause. Just notice a difference in your sides. This is all so good for your lungs, for helping you to take deeper and deeper breaths, for clearing any congestion. Now shift. You can move the pelvis to come into this twist, so your head and your hips are still in alignment. And then the arms can come behind, or hands behind your head. And exhale, I'm just gonna pulse up. 5, 4, engage. 3, you're trying to thread your rib cage towards your hips. 2, And 1. Come back down. Plant your feet, lift your hips. Yay! And coming out of the bridge, rolling off to your side. Slow motion, crawl back up. And we'll use the strap next week. Okay, and then come to all fours. Anchoring through child's pose, planting your hand on the block or the chair or the floor. From the lunge, push off. Bend your knees, take your hands to your hips. Stand tall, one long line of action. And then see how good you feel, how connected you are at your center. Give yourself a hug. Thank you so much for moving with me, for finding your balance. I'm Suzy. I look forward to dancing with you soon.